Are you tired of dealing with the urban jungle? Well, say hello to your new ally, the Folding Ox by Nakto. This electric bike is the perfect companion for your daily rides, and with a price tag of $1,200, it won't break the bank. It has a sleek design that'll make you look cooler than you actually are, and a powerful motor that can handle all sorts of terrain, so let's dive into the specs. The Folding Ox packs a punch with its 500-watt motor. Now, it's advertised as 52 Nm of torque, but in our riding, I'd say it feels like Nakto might be underselling the specs here. You'll feel like you're riding a chariot pulled by Pegasus soaring through the city with ease. You can choose from 5 levels of pedal assist or use the full twist throttle. The motor is integrated into the rear wheel, providing a smooth ride and turning heads with its futuristic design. Ooh, shiny. The Folding Ox's 48-volt 10-amp-hour battery gives you up to 22 miles of riding power on a single charge. Now, that's enough juice to take you from point A to point B and back again, if points A and B are separated by 11 miles of distance. Plus, with a removable battery, you can recharge it anywhere, anytime. Convenience. The Folding Ox's step-through frame is suitable for a wide variety of riders. It's pretty stacked and has a standover height of about 19 inches, with a reach that ranges from short to longer than that. The adjustable BMX-style handlebars are a pretty cool aspect of the bike for me. Personally, a big fan of the feel of BMX versus street bar, so it was cool to see him here. The Shimano 8-speed drivetrain is as smooth as a martini shaken, not stirred. The drivetrain will help you conquer any terrain from steep hills to flat roads and anything in between. Now, most of our riding was done on the ladder, and you can check out that when we get to the ride test portion. The Folding Ox's front and rear Shimano mechanical disc brakes worked well. They provided reliable stopping power when we needed it to. Now, we'd like to see hydraulic brakes on future versions of the bike, but nothing wrong with the mechanical ones here. The Folding Ox's aluminum alloy rims, carbon steel spokes, and 20x4-inch wheels provided a great base for this ride. The large tire size always feels more akin to a scooter or a Vespa, but when they're only 20 inches in diameter, you get a bit of that bike feel back. So no complaints on these bad boys. The Folding Ox comes with a steel rear rack that's perfect for carrying your gear or groceries, making it more practical than Aquaman's Trident. And let's face it, there's a laundry list of things that are. The LED front light will make you visible and safe during your nighttime rides, so you can concentrate on saving the world instead of avoiding zonked-out drivers. The Folding Ox weighs in at about 66 pounds, which is pretty standard for a bike of this size. The folding pedals mean you can store it in even tighter spaces, but the handlebars themselves don't fold, so unless you want to continually loosen and tighten the handlebars, and you don't want to do that, the height is pretty much fixed. Enough specs, but not enough riding, so let's fix that with the ride test. Alright guys, we are out here for the ride test on the Folding Ox from Nakto. Got these nice handlebars, giving this cockpit a very sort of choppery kind of feel to it. Let's go ahead and hop on the throttle and see how she goes. Now, there's not a whole lot of get up and go as far as the throttle goes. In some ways, that's a little bit safer. Personally, I would like something that's a little bit more, get up and go, but I do see the safety aspects. Now, it is going to take us up to 20 miles per hour, and if we want to go faster, then we can do some pedaling here. Now, as far as the gearing goes, when we're at this 20 miles per hour, it's pretty, you gotta really pedal to get some, to get some feedback. So right about here is kind of how I want to pedal, and so at that point, we're not really doing anything to the bike. But it's super easy to cruise around 20 miles per hour. You're just kind of pedaling up and down. Like I said, we just aren't getting a whole lot of resistance based on the gearing here. Go ahead and test out these brakes. Oh yeah. Now they are mechanical brakes, but they grip like hydraulic brakes. And every once in a while you get one of those pairs of mechanical brakes that's tuned well. This is one of those. So yeah, right about 14 miles an hour I think is probably the best spot for a good cadence with the pedaling. But if you're just looking to cruise around, you can do that here, or pop on the throttle and we're not doing anything. At this point we're just cruising. Got some nice maneuverability to it. Does feel a little bit more of a moped kind of style with these handlebars and then with those fat tires. But yeah, all in all, super comfortable. The seat fits me really well. Go ahead and do a little stopping over here. It's high stakes, high stakes, high stakes. Whoa! Whew. Guys, you barely survived that one. Yeah, the brakes are working. And no, I did not hammer down the brakes. I feathered it just for the drama, okay? We're entertainers, you know? We're historians, entertainers, scientists. You know, we try things out. Like in my head right now, I'm thinking like, what if we just went up around and kind of came down that dip? So we're gonna put the hypothesis to work here. Whoa. And we did it. Now we do have some front suspension on here, right? And so as far as the types of trails you could take it on, I mean, hitting stuff like this, you know, kind of going off-road, hitting some bumps, fat tires, and just really any suspension up front really kind of makes it a nicer, smoother ride. Yeah, we're just cruising now. Go ahead and take a little bit off-road. Nothing too crazy, y'all, nothing too crazy. As far as the motor noise goes, very on par with all the other motors that are at this particular wattage. Let's go ahead and pop back here. Righto! Look at that, guys. Common courtesy. Common courtesy. All right, let's see. Got this big jump here. You guys ready? I'm just kidding. Probably not gonna take on any jumps today. Not today. Now we do have a little bit of delay with the motor turning off. So just something to pay attention to. You know, I'm used to like sort of like, you know, letting it go. You get a little bit of like a half second there where the motor's still kicking out a little bit. There's something to pay attention to. Obviously, we like to have as much responsiveness as possible, so that's probably an area that Nakto can improve in a little bit on this one. And also, that could be something that could be adjusted in the settings. I am not too sure. You know, sometimes we'll get in there and mess with some settings, but for the most part, we like to demonstrate how they would be just right out of the box. So, that's what we did here. I mean, she handles. So things like this where it's sort of a, you know, flat bottom, a little bit of roots, this is definitely fine. Handlebars are a little bit wide for some of them trees, but you know, if you're not clipping trees, you're not riding in the forest, you know? And we are back to civilization. So yeah, I mean, all in all, this is something that, you know, I see being a really good cruiser for people who are just looking to get out and about, not want to do anything too crazy, just want something that's, you know, comfortable. It is adaptable to people that are a little bit on the shorter side, so that's also a plus. Good maneuverability. And it does have that folding capabilities. Now, a lot of times with folding bikes, when you have something that where the frame will fold, but the handlebars don't fold, you question it, you know, like, well, if we're not getting the full folding capabilities, is it really gonna be that helpful? The answer is it just kind of depends. So if you've got a taller but shorter back end, you know, trunk, something you're trying to throw it into, then it probably makes a lot of sense. You wouldn't necessarily have to always loosen the handlebars every time you go to fold it and throw it in a trunk. But if you're somebody who has more of like a compact space and you really have to get down, you know, every dimension, length, width, height, you guys know the dimensions. There's 3 of them, right? And sorry, I was gonna go off on a tangent about, you know, science and dimensions and stuff, and that's probably for a different time. We've been on this ride test for a while, and yeah, a good chunk of time, but then again, time is illusory, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, guys, I'm gonna leave you with those thoughts of if time is real or not. Am I real or not? Are you real or not? Who knows? Maybe we'll never know. But what we do know is that this review is coming to a close. So thank you guys for sticking with me. We'll catch you on the next one. The Folding Axe by Nakto is not just a bike, it's an electric bike. Don't you know what we do here? With its impressive power, sleek design, and reliable components, this electric bike will make your daily commute feel like a thrilling adventure. You'll feel like you have superpowers as you soar through the city streets or countryside roads. So don your cape, grab your folding ox, and ride into the sunset like the hero you are. And make sure to send us a postcard over at electrifiedreviews.com.